Westfield Memorial Hospital provides high-quality health care to residents of Western New York, offering patients the most sophisticated medical advancements while keeping the ease and familiarity of a community hospital. Support for Chautauqua Sunrise has been provided by WRFA 107.9 FM, Jamestown's public radio station, streaming online 24/7 at WRFALP.com. Low power to the people. Chautauqua Sunrise is made possible by a grant from Fredonia Place, a continuing care retirement community providing dignity in a modern luxury environment. Meter's Restaurant, a family tradition for over 50 years in downtown Ripley, is a proud supporter of Chautauqua Sunrise. Meter's provides all-day dining, banquet services, and custom catering, specializing in pie. Funding for Chautauqua Sunrise is provided in part by the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency, with offices in Jamestown and Dunkirk, helping businesses to prosper throughout Chautauqua County. From supporting people with disabilities to enjoy great lives, to providing health care services that are available to anyone, the Resource Center has been improving our county for more than 60 years. Learn more about how the Resource Center makes a positive difference in people's lives. From the Access Chautauqua Studios in Mayville, it's Chautauqua Sunrise. Chautauqua Sunrise is hosted by Doc Hamels and supported by the award-winning volunteers at Access Chautauqua. We are here to share local news, colorful interviews, and events of interest to everyone. Chautauqua Sunrise is broadcast live Saturday mornings each week from 9 to 10 a.m. Send events via email or call us live. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. And now, from the Access Chautauqua Studios, it's Chautauqua Sunrise.
Well, a very windy Saturday morning to all of you. Wow! The winds are really gusting. They said it was going to be gale force winds out on the lake, and they weren't kidding. Coming off of Lake Erie this morning, the winds were just pushing everything every which way, but it's getting warm. It's going to be like in the 50s today, so that's going to be pretty nice. Well, I hope you're all doing well. I'm Doc Hamels, and welcome to Chautauqua Sunrise. We got a very, very cool show in store for you today. We're going to talk about some folks that I worked with years and years and years ago, and the things they're doing now as adults. You might say, what are you talking about? I'm talking about kids I taught years ago that are now in the workforce, and others that are coming up through, and they're working on some very, very innovative programs. But that's just a teaser, so you got to stay tuned. Okay, so good morning to whomever is watching the show right now live on Spectrum 1301, wherever you are in the area. I want to say good afternoon for all of my listeners on WRFA 107.9, low power to the people in Jamestown. You can listen to me and my guests on the radio Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. How cool is that? Also, if you want to watch us over and over again, you can go to YouTube or go to Facebook, and you can catch us there forever and ever. This show also is rebroadcast every day at 2 and 8 right here on Access Chautauqua. And I guess we're streaming live also. I forgot about that part. We're streaming live, so good morning, world, wherever you are watching. We hope you're doing well. Okay, so I have my international friends watching right now. Okay, I gotta do this part first. Hold on. If you want to call in during the show, you can give us a call, 716-753-5225. And if you have a question or comment, anything you want to share with us that's going on in your world, we're happy to share that with the rest of the audience. Throughout the week, if you have an announcement or you have an event that you want us to promote, we'll be happy to do it. Just go right to chautauquasunrise@gmail.com and we'll get your announcement right on the air here free of charge, okay? There we go. So now my challenge to my international friends. Justin, you're going to love this one. This came to me like a bolt of lightning this morning. I'm talking now to Natalia in the Ukraine, Cor in the Netherlands, my friends over in Belgium, wherever you are. If you could send to me on Facebook how to write Chautauqua Sunrise in your language. So I know, Natalia, you use a different script than we do. I don't know if it's Cyrillic or what it is. It's really interesting. It's very beautiful. It's very flowing. But anyways, if you could send Chautauqua Sunrise, what we're going to do is we're going to put that up behind me so that when we do a widescreen shot, that you can see Chautauqua Sunrise in multiple languages. Now I know Chautauqua is going to be Chautauqua, like with the Dutch, okay, but sunrise, what's that in Dutch, okay, or in French or Flemish or Italian or wherever you are, Spanish. We'd love to have multiple versions of this because we are an international show. We're seen anywhere that anybody wants to watch us throughout the world. So happy to do that. So I thought that would be kind of a fun international challenge. Okay, and Justin, you can write it in Falconerism or Jamestonian or Mayvillian or however you write your language. I missed you last week. You said you're feeling better. Justin was under the weather. His dad was doing the camera work, but it's just not the same without you here.
No, my dad was probably snoring.
Okay, anyways. So a couple things to share with you, and then we're going to get going right away. Oh my gosh, Justin, we should probably do this right now. We have a birthday within the studio. Our own director, Chris Burke, has a birthday Monday. You going to surprise him with something special?
No, he's already got it.
He's already got his birthday. Chris is going to be 32, so Chris, happy birthday. Chris was born in the studio, I think. Chris, I've been associated with the studio for probably good 14, 15 years, and I think Chris has been here since high school anyways. I remember him very clearly as a student of Mayville, Chautauqua area. And so anyways, happy birthday, Chris. Thanks for all you do behind the scenes. We don't see much of Chris on screen, but behind the screens, he's doing lots of things, and he and I are always in contact throughout the week on stuff. All right. So let's see, what else do I have here? Okay, self-serving only for my own purposes. My band, the Midnight Growlers that I'm in, we are going to be at Grace and Abe's tonight over in Westfield from 7 to 9. If you care to come on over. And that doesn't mean we're the only band in town. That means we're just one of many very, very talented bands throughout the area. Now that the pandemic is kind of winded down. Is that such a word? It's wound down. The music is flourishing everywhere in Chautauqua County. We got so many talented bands. But next Saturday, our band has a very special honor. We're going to be playing at the Northwest Arena Ice Rink. I've never played an ice rink before. This is like a new bucket list thing on my that I can check off. We're going to be playing for the Grape and Hops Expo from 3 to 6 at the Northwest Ice Arena. So very cool. So if you have a chance to either check out Grace and Abe's tonight or the arena next week, come on over and say hi. All right, I have a few announcements, and then we're going to get right to my guest who's anxiously awaiting to tell us all about the things that are going on in her world. You are, I can tell you. She's bursting, she's smiling, she can't wait. All right, so here we go. This is from our friends from Infinity and Performing Arts. They welcome 2 new instructors. All right, now, as always, if I say anybody's name wrong, I apologize ahead of time. Infinity Visual and Performing Arts welcomes Kate Rinko, Gavin Paterniti, and Debbie Penley to their instructor team. Now, they've all been, 2 of them I know have been associated with Infinity. We have a phone call already. All right, hold the phone. Let's take a phone call. Good morning, caller. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. This is Doc Hamels on Chautauqua Sunrise. How can we help you?
Yeah. Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out to Chris. Yeah. This is Kurtz.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you hear about Jim Kurtz, and sometimes you hear about Joy.
I do, yes.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm the one behind all those thrones. Hey, Chris. Okay. Happy birthday. My birthday's Monday, too. I'm 80 years young.
Get out of here. Well, happy birthday to you both.
I don't find many young ones with my birth date. I thought I just have to tell them.
Well, yeah. Well, well done. Yes. How's your family doing? Everybody doing well?
Doing very well. Yep,
Okay.
busy and pretty well healthy, so
Okay. Well, happy
Lovely.
birthday and say hi to Joy and Jim for me, okay?
I will.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in.
Okay, bye now.
Bye-bye. See how easy it is? You can wish yourself your own happy birthday. Well played. All right. So that was cool. They're regular viewers of the show, so that was cool. I know Mike up in Portland, and we got Linda over in Chautauqua regulars, so maybe we'll hear from them sometime during the show as well. Where was I? Okay, we're talking about some new instructors over at Infinity, so here we go. Kate Rinko, who's been on the show in the past, I think was working more in administration, but now she's doing dance. Here we go. Kate grew up in Ellicottville, New York, and moved to Jamestown area in 2015 after completing her degree in communications at Fredonia State University. Kate started working for an Infinity administration team upon graduation and added the role of instructor shortly after. After noticing students wanting to explore within their lessons, Kate created the Infinite Exploration Program, which is still in use today. Kate is returning to the Infinity team to share her love of exploration and movement. Kate is now the retail coordinator at the National Comedy Center, and in Lucy Desi Museum, and currently resides in Kennedy, New York, with her fiance and cats. In her free time, she likes to learn new things, knit, and spend time with her friends and family. And Kate's been on the show. She was doing a lot of the early Christmas specials that Infinity did. She would be with me here right around Christmas time every year. So good on you, Katie. All right, Gavin, who's a fellow musician. Gavin Paternini is a lifelong resident of Chautauqua County and the greater Jamestown area. He is a 2005 graduate of Faulkner Central School and 2010 graduate of SUNY Fredonia, where he received his bachelor's degree in communications. His previous work includes serving as features entertainment reporter for the Post-Journal and as digital marketing specialist for the Reginald A. Center for the Arts. He currently works full-time as programming coordinator at WRFA LP 107.9, low part of the people FM. Gavin has been performing music since he picked up a pair of drumsticks in 4th grade. Throughout his middle and high school career, he was a member of a concert marching band, jazz band, and choir, and went on to perform with the Jamestown Community College Jazz Ensemble and the SUNY Fredonia Choir in his college years. Additionally, he's been playing guitar and bass in his numerous bands and projects since 2001 and has performed more than 600 shows in total. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Gavin lives in the philosophy of learning and growing by doing. Musically, he is constantly striving to explore different genres, styles, and sounds, while professionally he is pushing himself into previously uncharted territory, teaching. It is his desire to be able to give back to the community that has supported him through his musical career by instilling a sense of wonder and a passion for the arts in the next generation of artists. And you know, that's sort of how it works. I remember someone helping me, and I helped them, and now they're helping someone, and someone like Gavin is now helping someone after him. So it all works out, and that's the way musicians are and artists. Debbie Penley, her area is art. She's in the lower quadrant there. Debbie has been working in fiber for 7 years after starting in hand-built pottery many years ago. With a degree in graphic design, she also is self-taught through magazines, books, and online groups. She has been juried multiple times into several prestigious art festivals and a serving member in several felt and fiber guilds. I did not know there were such things. Every time I do a show here, I learn something new about the world. She still loves learning new things and brings the idea of play into each media she explores. She believes everyone has an artist inside, even if it's not conventional. Hey, for more information about Infinity and you want to learn about these instructors or all the other instructors, give them a call at 664-0991 or go to performingarts.org and you can learn a whole lot more of what they're doing. Okay? So let's see, what do we got next here? That was page 3. Okay, let's go to slide 16, Jeff. Living and Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, to show, I think they're two different movies, to show at the Reginald A. Center for the Arts. Living, which will be shown Wednesday, March 29th at 7 p.m., is the story of an ordinary man reduced by years of oppressive office routine to a shadow existence who at the 11th hour makes a supreme effort to turn his dull life into something wonderful, into one he can say has been lived to the full. The film stars Bill Knightley in an Academy Award-nominated performance. Living is rated PG-13. It's 102 minutes long. Antonio Banderas, I like to say that name. Say that like 10 times fast. Antonio Banderas returns as the voice of the notorious title character in Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Saturday, April 1, that's a week from today, at 2 p.m. Sensory friendly. Wednesday, April 5, for that showing at 2 p.m. Hang on a second, let me see if I got that right. Yep, Spring Break Matinee. So that's April 5 at 2 p.m. It's going to be a Spring Break Matinee at that time. As he embarks on an epic journey into the Black Forest to find the mythical wishing star and restore his lost loves. If anybody knows about Puss in Boots, he's a real romantic. He's quite a character. But with only one life left, Puss will have to humble himself and ask for help from his former partner and nemesis, the captivating Kitty Softpaws, played by Selma Pinault. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, is rated PG and is 100 minutes long. Sensory-friendly showings are presented with the volume set lower and lights in the theater set higher for patrons with sensitivity issues. Movement around the theater is encouraged as needed. Ideal first movie experience for toddlers. How cool is that? I remember, you used to think about going to the movies and say, sit still, don't get up, don't be quiet, and you're in this dark theater. It's kind of scary for the first time. All right, enough said on that. Coming up, movies at the Reg. Woody Harrelson in the basketball comedy Champions, going to be shown on April 8th. I just said April. How'd that happen? April's like next week. Woo!
Really?
Yeah, really. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin in the dark comedy Moving On. That's going to be on the 15th, and a special engagement, 15th anniversary screening of the 2008 movie musical Mamma Mia. That's going to be on 4/19. Tickets are usually $7, $6 for family movies and so forth. And remember, there's a $1 theater restoration fee. Keep the place up. If you want to get tickets, go to the box office on Mondays and Fridays from 12 to 8. From 12 to 5 and 12 to 8 on Wednesdays. Or give them a call, 484-7070, okay? And then this weekend, March 25th, that's today, Fredonia High School musical. Hey, look in the paper. I think every high school is doing a musical or some show right now. It's really cool. All right, they're doing Crazy for You. And that's over Main Street in Fredonia. The musical starts at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are only $10. That's really cheap. All right, then March 25th today, again, Audubon Lights, Audubon Community Nature Center over on Riverside Road, Jamestown, from 8 to 10 p.m. So this is a night thing. Adults are $12 and Nature Center members $9. Children 3 to 15 are $9. 2 and under are free. Reservations appreciated. Walk-ins welcome. If you're interested, give me a call at 569-2345. Now, what's it all about? It features light displays and laser light shows along the half-mile nature walk. Walk ends at the Nature Center with a warm fire, hot drinks, popcorn, and other foods. What a nice evening that you can spend together. You can purchase small LED lights and special glasses at the entrance, live entertainment, fire breathing with Carrie Snow, and LED lit hula hooping with Brandy Welch. Wow, a lot of fun stuff going on over there. Also today, an evening of comedy with Paul Morrissey, Ice Cream versus Everything. Let's see, wait a minute here, hang on a second. Ice Cream versus Everything Lucy Desi Museum's Tropicana Room. Oh, this is hard to read. Hang on a second, let me get this figured out. In or at? All right, hang on. All right, it's going to be at the Lucy Desi Museum's Tropicana Room on 3rd Street. Price is $27.50 per person, and then they're going to have another show at 9 p.m. All right, so it's an evening of comedy with Paul Morrissey. Okay, so we're going to take a little breather. That was a little tricky to read, and we'll be right back. So watch. This is a local PSA.
This is Rick Mascaro, Executive Director of Lakeshore Center for the Arts in Westfield, New York. Get ready. Get ready to enjoy original works of theater from all over the world, from a stage wherever you are. Our Readers Theater provides original audio play productions, which you can find by using the link found in this post. And even more audio plays were just posted for your listening pleasure. We hope you enjoy and discuss them with your friends. Well, you can't discuss them with your friends unless you go to this site. Hit that link below. Let's go.
My good buddy Rick Mascaro, they sent me this advertisement, PSA if you will, from Lakeshore Center for the Arts. So what's it all about? Over the past 6 months, about 187 or I don't even know how many, there was tons and tons of one-act shows plays were submitted to the Lakeshore Center for the Arts. They were juried, they were rated, and they took the top 10 drama, top 10 comedy, and then they're doing what he calls dramatic theatrical reading, where they have actors do voice overlays of the play, and they're putting them on the air, on Facebook. And you can go to Lakeshore Center for, I got Infinity on the brain here. You laugh, wait till you get to my age. Lakeshore Center for the Arts and their website there, and you can listen to the actual plays. Now, real quick, I've had the honor to be asked to do 4 of these. I'll be doing 2 on Monday night and 2 Tuesday night, and they're really fun one-act plays, and some of them are kind of dramatic and some are really funny. So, and then from there, they're going to pick 10 top plays, and then they're going to actually have actors perform the plays for competition, and there's money involved and prizes and all kinds of things. So, Rick, nice job on that, and we're hopefully going to see a lot of action out of that. Enough said. I want to invite back, after 6 years, I discovered she'd been on my show a long time ago, and brain is tired or something. Terri Johnson from the Resource Center, TRC, and you've got a whole bunch of stuff to talk to us about today, Terri. So welcome back, and where do we begin? You tell me about your role at the Resource Center, the TRC.
Okay, so I am the Director of Employment and Community-Based Services at the Resource Center. So the programs that I oversee are all community-based. So whether it's community-based employment, we support a couple hundred people at well over 100 local businesses.
Did you say a couple hundred?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of people.
Yep. And working in jobs throughout our community. So it could be just about anywhere that we're supporting people and maintaining their jobs. And then we have our community-based programs where we take people out into the community to get more involved in their community, volunteer in the community, or just meet people and be able to become active members in their community.
So we're talking about folks that came to this world or later on in the world have a disability, have some special needs. So let's talk a little bit about those disabilities. So when we say disability, we're talking about something that kind of gets in the way of everyday life, that makes life a little tricky for them. So like what kind of disabilities do people have that you work with?
So in our programs, especially in our employment programs, we can serve any disability group. It can be something from a behavioral health disability to autism, Down syndrome, any intellectual and developmental disability. It can be a visual impairment, hearing impairment. It can be something simple like somebody worked in manufacturing for 30 years, had a back injury, and needed to re-enter a different career path. So they just need a little boost to get into a different career path. So you name it, we can serve any disability group.
Now, we were talking before the show, TRC used to be the ARC, and that was the Association of Retarded Children, and it was focused just on children with mental disabilities. And obviously now it's expanded and grown, and I'm certainly aware of a wider, broader spectrum of folks that need help and assistance and can do really good things in this world.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, I have a cousin in the Netherlands who has a daughter with Down syndrome, and she had a really cute picture, said, "I'm really cute because I have an extra chromosome," and because with Down syndrome there's an extra chromosome, and people always think, oh, those poor children, or this. They can do so much in this world. So what kind of jobs are these folks doing?
You name it, really.
Well,
I
just
mean,
give me a top five,
you
whatever.
know, we support people that work in office environments. They might, you know, be receptionists, answer the phone, do filing, to working in restaurants, retail. Each person has a different level of interest. So part of what we do in exploring that is we do a discovery phase with people to determine what types of jobs they would be best suited for and what support levels they would need. So our belief is really that anybody can do any job with the right supports. So if somebody, you know, wants to work in automotives, for example, and they don't really have experience, if they have the right supports with them, then we can get them to where they need to be. So it's really about trying to match them up with the level of support that they need in the job that is of interest to them, and then finding an employer that's willing to give them the chance.
What I hear coming through loud and clear, at least to me anyways, and hopefully those who are watching right now will get it. Years ago, you would be walking down the street and go, there's a deaf person, there's a retarded person, there's a person, that person's cerebral palsy. And all we looked at was their disability. We identified the individual with that affliction or disease or disability. And now, what I'm hearing you saying, this is an individual who has interests and desires and dreams and skills that are unique to that person, who just, by the way, happens to have cerebral palsy, just happens to have Down syndrome, just happens to have a visual disability, right? Mm-hmm. That's a whole different way of looking at people, isn't it? How refreshing. If we all looked at each other that way in this world, it'd be a lot better place, I think. So that's really, really cool. And I know that whole paradigm was shifting over time, and it's we pigeonholed those folks way too much in the early years, but I guess you got to start somewhere. So good for all of you. How in the world did you get into this business? This must be really a lot of fun for you.
It is. I really fell into this by accident. I actually went to school for public relations and marketing. I did an internship at the Resource Center in our marketing department and just kind of fell in love with what we do and the mission of the Resource Center and never left. I've been there for 23 years and really went into employment and spent the majority of my career in employment and then dabbled with some other community-based services and now have the pleasure to have them combined together. So I've got the best of both worlds and being able to do all of those community-based services and just really maximizing people that we support and getting out into the community and really helping them forge their own path and their own relationships and what they're going to do within our community.
So let's do a couple demographics here. So first of all, you serve folks in only Chautauqua County, or do you spill over into other counties?
Typically just Chautauqua County.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've already told me any disability. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now within disabilities, I always used to like to use a ruler and say, well, there's people here that are really struggling with their disability, that are pretty limited, and then with that same type of disability, they're very, 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 very advanced and high functioning. So is that the same true with the work? You have certain things that certain people can do with, let's say, a visual disability, and then people that are more advanced, they could do other things with the same disability, but it's just, again, that individuality?
Yep. And I think there's a lot of finding the right accommodation and the right support for people. And there's a wide spectrum of the services we can provide. And some of them are very specific to people with a developmental disability. And then some are more opened up to serve any disability group. So it really just depends on what the person's looking for. Usually we just say, reach out to us, let us know what you want, and we'll try to direct you to the right place, because we are such a large organization. It's not just like a one-stop shop. There's a lot of navigation to get through to find the right path for each person.
It's probably a little bit of tweaking, a little experimenting, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And a failure is not a failure. It's just it's just learning that that's not the right direction, perhaps.
Right. Yep.
So you use the word accommodation. So right now, people are watching us and they're saying, well, how would I get involved? Maybe I could use someone in our business, because right now, I don't know how it is on Faulkner, but out my way, you see jobs for anybody, employees wanted, waitresses, cooks, people working on the line, whatever. Everybody's looking for someone. So I guess how would they get involved, and what do you mean by an accommodation?
So, I would say that our current workforce challenges that face all of our local businesses is actually helped the people that we support. I would say in the last year and a half or 2 years, we have had increased in new businesses being interested in working with the people that we support and hiring them and giving them a chance. I will also say that we have people that we've supported that have worked in the same job for 30, 35, 40 years. So sometimes that would be very unusual to have, like, I'm thinking of somebody that might be a dishwasher in a restaurant or something. They usually get high school kids, college kids that are in and out. You know, to have somebody that's there for 30 years doing the same job, you know, I think the people that we support really become very dedicated to their employers. Now, I'm not saying that that's with everybody, but we do have a lot of people, and every year in October we recognize those years of service and milestone years that people have achieved in maintaining their employment for, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to, I think we've gone to 40 years.
Wow.
In the same job. And so I think businesses are more open today than they were maybe 5, 10 years ago, which is
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Absolutely.
And it's a great way for them to open their eyes and realize that, you know, things can be done. Sometimes things that we ask employers are, can you maybe take this full-time position and make it into 2 part-time positions for them, because it's too difficult for somebody to maybe work 40 hours a week, but they could work 20 hours a week. Or sometimes we ask them to look at a job and can we break pieces out so we can find somebody to do these functions of the job, and then can we find somebody else, carve a piece of it out and to do a different portion of the
So
job.
that's sort of an accommodation too, right?
Yep. We have another very typical accommodation is to allow our staff to come in and coach them. So they would have a job coach right there working with them. And what we can offer the employer there is that if the person with the disability is going to take longer to learn the job, our staff are right there with them while they're learning it, being able to help facilitate that person completing their tasks until they can do it more independently. So it's kind of a transition process. They might only be able to do 40% of the job on, you know, the first week, and then hopefully the next week they can do 60%, and then maybe in the first month they can do 80%,
So it's like
and then
a
we gradually fade away.
Coach, a mentor, they're handing off the person eventually to the employer.
Yep. And sometimes it's technology. You know, we may need, if they're working in an office, they may need some adaptations to a computer that we can get funded. It's not that we're asking the business usually to pay for it, but, you know, it may need some technology for if somebody has a visual impairment. So for the devices to speak to them, it could be something, an app on their cell phone that they need to have access to their cell phone while they're working to remind them, oh, your break is over, you got to go back to work. Or, you know, there's sometimes some simple things that people don't realize that we can put into place to make things easier and make the person more successful.
So if I'm hearing you right, at this point in the show, you're telling me that you can help with a work shortage with able-bodied people to come in and do work.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Very cool. Where do I go next? So the question that pops up that often in people's minds is, what does this cost the employer? I mean, in other words, you can bring in this person and they're working at 40%, but and you got this other person that's standing along, helping them along. How does that all work?
So we ask that the employer treat them just like any other employee.
Okay.
So we're not asking for any special treatment other than whatever might be what we would call a reasonable accommodation, having a job coach come in, letting us perhaps infiltrate some technology or some different tools to help them do their job better. But from the employer's perspective, and it depends on the program that the person's in, and it depends on the disability that they have, what they may be eligible for and what the business could be eligible for. But there's some incentives for employers to hire somebody with a disability as well. So, you know, we really have to educate the employer so that they know what's available for them and how we can make it easier for them. Our goal is for it not to be a burden to the employer. Our goal is to help the employer, and so we will work with them to do whatever we can. But our goal is really to overall help their challenges and provide an opportunity for somebody that we support.
So if somebody right now is saying, you know, I've got a small mom and pop place, and you know, maybe we only have 4 or 5 employees, and I could use maybe a part-time person. Would they contact you? How would they do that?
They can just give me a call and I can connect them to the staff that are out there finding the jobs for people. And I can be reached at 661-1433.
Whoa, that was really fast. 661.
1433.
See how I did that? I made you repeat it, so now they can hear it twice. 661-1433. See what I did? Now that was the third time. So we're going to come back to that. So they always say for a phone number, you got to repeat it at least 3 times for people to hear it. And folks, they're maybe watching or just caught up with us. We're talking about the services that are employment services at the Resource Center, the TRC. And my guest today is Terri Johnson, who is the Director of Community-Based Employment. Did I get that right?
Employment and community-based services.
All that. Okay, and so why I'm saying that is, if you just joined us, you can watch this video over and over again, either on our Facebook page or on YouTube, because a lot of times people say, I didn't catch that phone number, I didn't catch that address. So we're making history here as far as resource library of videos, okay? So one of the things that pops in my mind as we're talking is I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last summer, and you might say, what are you talking about now, Hamels? When I walked through the door, there was a young woman there, and she was very strict, and she was giving instructions of what we should do, where to go, and it was a young woman with Down syndrome, and she was clicking you in, you know, how many people were there, and saying, your coat goes here, you go here, da, 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 da. And she was like spot on and no messing around. She knew her job, and so that was really cool. And it's just really just a pleasure to see folks be more integrated to everyday life. And when you're walking into situations, you go, oh, you don't do that anymore. It's just like, hey, that's really cool. It's good for you, you know, well done. You brought a whole bunch of stuff here today, and we're going to talk about 2 programs that we haven't even touched on yet. So let's talk about CHQ Plus. What is that, and what do you want to talk about?
Okay, so CHQ Plus is a retail store that we opened last October. And it's a partnership with the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce and the Gebby Foundation. And the intent for the store originally was to find a business to highlight local business owners, local businesses, so somebody could just go into one store and buy locally made products that are produced in Chautauqua County. And so we started down that path, and the Chamber of Commerce reached out to the Resource Center because they know we have a history of running business operations.
You can get it done, right?
So we started looking at it to figure out how can we tie it into our mission at the Resource Center instead of just opening up a retail store. Yeah. Right, so what we did is we created it as a training program. So people that we support in what is called our Community Pre-Vocational Services Program can come to the store and learn retail work. We have a manager that works at the store, and we have a coach that brings people each day for a few hours to learn retail work. So they're learning the different aspects, how to run the register, how to greet customers, keeping the store clean, restocking the shelves, keeping everything neat and clean.
Answering questions.
Yep.
Where are the restrooms?
Yep, absolutely. So we were able to open the store last October.
Where is it?
It is right in the heart of downtown Jamestown. It's on the corner of 3rd and Cherry Street. The address is 221 Cherry Street, but the entrance is on 3rd Street.
Okay.
So it's, I don't even remember what it was. It had been vacant for quite a bit of time. So we received some grant funds to be able to renovate the space and make it a beautiful boutique setting.
Very cool.
And so I brought some of the products with us today that we sell there. And one of the things, in addition to us creating this training program, some of the vendors that we have, so vendors bring us their products and we sell it. So these small businesses don't have to staff the store because we take care of that. They don't have to deal with filling an entire store. They can just, take a small portion of the store. And so one of the other things that we kind of fell into by accident is 4 of our vendors, I think we have about 26 vendors in the store right now.
Wow.
4 of them are disability owned and operated as well.
Very good.
So there's 2 ways that it's connecting to our mission at the Resource Center that makes us feel like, okay, it's not just, we're just opening a retail store, but we have had really great success in the first few months of being open. So I brought a few different things with us today that we can take a look at just to kind of give a sense
Right, take your
of the
time.
types of things that we have.
Okay, so what do we have?
So this is a cutting board, and the vendor that makes these has a variety of different cutting boards. She custom makes them, and I brought this one just because we all love our Lucy stuff.
Yes, we do.
In Chautauqua County. So this is just an example. She does Buffalo Bills ones. She does different baseball emblems. She has funny sayings. She has a charcuterie board map that you can, they're bigger ones, so there's a variety of different things, and then there's other home decor that she
Now,
does.
let's give him some love. Who is it? Who does this?
This is 1327 Design.
Okay, and her name?
Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer.
So
She may be watching. She's going to say my name, say my name.
she may be.
Yeah, okay.
And so she has been with us from the very beginning. So
Okay.
she has been a great vendor where we sell a lot of their stuff. I probably won't get these back
That's
up
probably
there.
going to fall.
All right, we'll just set it
What
down.
else we got? We got
have
tons of
some
stuff here.
Local
Yeah.
honey.
All
This
right.
is from Panama Honey Farms. And so we have honey in different varieties, but we have these different sizes of these variety packs and then individual bottles. Some spoons to stir in your honey. This has been a popular seller all
I
the way through.
bet.
My son loves this. He's a big tea drinker, and I'm always getting her stuff. And actually, we met her at Panama Rocks last year for the Nature Festival when we were recruiting vendors, and I bought my son a honeycomb there, and he devoured it.
I bet.
And when we were at the Panama Rocks, or not Panama Rocks, yes, we found Lily Lou Creations, and the owner of Panama Rocks has this side business, and she makes these different neat
Westons? The Westons?
Yep, Holly makes these. So she has a lot of different winter hats and headbands and different things.
Is
And
that
she
like a
makes
little
these-
gnome?
This is a little gnome, yes.
Kind of looks like me.
And then she makes these little mushrooms that kids love. And like the first day I saw them, I'm like, what would you do with that? And all these kids come in, Mom, this mushroom. We have this is a variety of different things from this vendor. This is Hello Sunshine. And again, this was just a Lucy bag. She makes different market bags.
Yeah.
We are right outside where the Jamestown Farmers Market is.
Oh, I know it well. I've played there, yeah.
Yeah, and so she has different market bags that people can come in and then put their produce in
Nice
it,
little
different
totes.
handbags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
so little fun things. And she does keychains with all of the different sports and all sorts of things. Now this one,
This is cool.
this is just one example of a custom ordered Easter basket that you can make. And this is from Nolan's Nest.
Okay.
And Nolan, I brought a few things from Nolan because Nolan makes a lot of different things. Nolan is somebody that we support at the Resource Center in one of our programs. And him and his mom have created this business. And so these are some different
Okay, what's the name of the business?
Nolan's Nest.
Nolan's Nest.
Yes. And so these are some bath bombs, great to go in the
Okay,
Easter
hold
basket.
it right for the camera here.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so must be do they make these or
Yep,
they
they
make these and then wow.
Yeah, so
this is
Nolan-
right here in Chautauqua County.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And Nolan is actually a graduate of Faulkner School.
Okay.
And these are some of his soaps. Again, something easy to go
Soap
in a.
crayons.
Nolan
I have
makes the
never
most-
seen these before. What do you do with them?
Kids can play with them in the bathtub.
You draw on the wall and
Draw on yourself.
Get out.
You don't get in trouble for drawing on
You ever
yourself.
heard of these? I've never heard of soap crayons. He's younger than I am. He hasn't heard of it. This is something cool.
Yeah. So Nolan's story is very interesting because Nolan is somebody that we've supported, and when he graduated, his mom was trying to figure out what career path for him to go down, and she was really struggling to see what could do, and he always liked smelly stuff. And so they started making different soaps and candles, and it has grown into an amazing business for them. And so they make candles, and they do apparel now. Nolan comes into the store with his staff to drop off the products. They custom order things. I just ordered about 10 baseball-related T-shirts custom made by them. So Nolan's Nest, they do a lot of customized orders as well.
Okay, catch your breath.
Yes.
We have a caller. All right,
Perfect.
you ready? All right, here we go. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Terry. This is Linda Spalding. It's so good to see you on the show, Terry.
Thank you.
And
What about me?
I'm so
She always talks to
appreciative.
the guy. She never talks about me.
Well, it's great to see you on
Well,
the
thank
show,
you for
Jack.
mentioning me.
Jack, we wouldn't have the show if it weren't for you.
Okay, thank you. I just
How,
want.
how did you get here? By a weather balloon from
Oh,
China or what?
You know, it usually takes me 20 minutes to get here. It took me 7. Just whoosh. Oh my God, that wind is strong. So what's up? What's up?
Well, today is a good day to fly a kite.
Well, lots of strong string, that's for sure.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend going up in a hot air balloon, though.
Oh, really? Hey, Linda, have you ever heard of soap crayons?
Well, I saw that. That is really neat. Really?
Way cool. So what do you think? What do you think about all this stuff here?
I think it's great, and I love the honey.
Yeah.
And everything else, the honey pack. And, you know, honey is so good for a person.
Mm-hmm.
It has ingredients that increase your endomorphins and make you feel happy and relaxed, and they recommend people take it before bedtime.
Are you looking for a job? Tell me if this is true or false. I've been told that honey never spoils. Is that true?
I have found that to be true.
I think like they find these things like in pots. They're like thousands of years. Jeff said yes, so there it's got to be true.
You can put it in warm water to soften
yeah, it just reconstitutes itself. That's really well.
Yeah, I never have it around long enough to find out because I drink a lot of honey.
I do too, from time to time.
And like you had mentioned that I put it in my tea.
Yes.
I drink Chinese tea with honey and fresh ginger steeping in it.
Ooh.
Very good for you.
I drink all kinds of teas as well. I haven't
We
done
sell
the
tea at the store too.
tea. There we go.
It's great. Do you sell the green tea, the Chinese tea?
There are little packages that one of the vendors makes. They're all different varieties. I'm not even sure all of the different options that she has from Good Intentions.
Yeah. Well, all tea is good for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All of it is. Yeah, it's really from the same tea leaf. It's just the different way they process it.
And the little different spices in there. I digress for a moment, but I didn't realize that certain kinds that come from like Asia have a lot of pepper in it. And I was drinking one day, and go like, whoa, this has got a little kick to it.
Well, pepper is very good for you. Did you know that they use it in drinks from India with combinations to counteract infections?
Well, I should be infection-free then, because that stuff it's got a lot of pepper.
Yeah. There's a lot of wonderful natural remedies out there.
Okay, so at your shop, then you sell the honeys and the teas. Do you do coffees?
Yes, this one.
Okay.
This is interesting. This is from White Cane Coffee Company. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. They're based in Warren, Pennsylvania, so just outside of Chautauqua County.
Okay.
But this is a disability-owned business. The owner of White Cane Coffee is blind, hence the white cane.
Wow.
And as you can see here, the label is in Braille.
How cool is that, Linda?
Oh, that's terrific. I'm going to get some.
Yes.
And I'm going to take it to our Lions Club.
That's right. That's
Perfect.
right. There you go.
And they
that's
sell
wonderful.
ground whole beans.
Yeah.
They have biodegradable K-cups and then packages that are pre-measured, and they have hot chocolate and chocolate-covered coffee beans. And so the woman only employs people with disabilities at her coffee shop in Warren.
cool.
So we love, they are one of our top selling vendors that we have at the store, second to
Well,
Millen's
you
Nest.
know, that is fantastic. I'm so glad you mentioned that because we're putting on with the Lions Club a production about Helen Keller in May at the Chautauqua Library.
Oh, nice.
It's a visit with Helen Keller, and we're going to serve refreshments. And that would be wonderful to serve that coffee and hot chocolate. That would be terrific.
Well, once again, I've done my job.
You
I'm always
certainly
networking
have.
people here. It's like I'm going to leave now. I'll let you all do your job. No,
Well,
seriously, you'd be surprised. We get on the phone or we get people connected. It's just way cool.
Well, when I worked for the county office for the aging, you were always doing job
That's
development.
true. I was getting people jobs.
Yeah. Well,
I guess we'll just keep going here.
Well, tell Mary Ann that they should pay you.
Okay, that's the thought, but I'm on the board of directors, so that would be a conflict of interest.
Okay, well, have a great weekend.
Linda, thanks for
Thank
calling
you.
in. So I'm glad you guys made a connection there. Super.
I am too. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
So the Lions Club, there you go.
There you
There's
go.
another outlet I hadn't even
Absolutely.
thought of. Okay, you got some more things here. I see.
The only other couple of I brought.
Oh, yes.
It's baseball season is coming.
Yes, it is.
And we are now the home of Tarp Skunks Apparel. Say that 10 times fast.
Tarp Skunks.
So we have all of the different shirts and sweatshirts and hats and all the stuff from the Tarp Skunk. So, and I understand they're going to be doing some other additional promotions
They're
with
going
us.
to be on the show in June. We are great friends and supporters of the Tarp Skunks, and Randy Anderson and company. Greg
yes.
Peterson, all those guys are going to be here.
They visit the store frequently.
They,
yes.
well, I'm actually a honorary member of the Tarp Skunks now.
Nice.
I have my own baseball card and everything. I do. It's hard to believe. I know
Nice.
that. You wouldn't think I would, but yes.
Yeah.
So we love the Tarp Skunks here. So you guys are doing the logos and all that sort of thing for me?
No, they actually bring on the
Oh, they
products.
bring them in,
They
you-
bring
you're
them in
the
and we
outlet.
sell them for them. Yep.
Super.
Yep.
Okay. And I see you guys, wow, some more cool stuff.
Just a couple of things. This is just a little
painting.
local artist. This is from Lynn Thomas, and we have this. She has a lot of these little minis that people love to just put on their desk or on their windowsill, and so we sell a lot of these. And but she also has large paintings on the wall that are for sale as well.
You know,
We have-
I've seen more and more and more of these at the Lakeshore Center for the Arts. I know that there's these as well, and a number of artists are doing these because people do, like you just said, they might have a small apartment and they don't have
Little
room for have a big room for a large painting, but this brightens up your day. Or somebody might be in the hospital
Right.
or in a residential home.
and they're all hand painted. They're not prints, and they're only $15.
Oh, that's great. And on a little easel there.
On a little easel, yep.
All right, what's in this
And then
mystery
this
box?
is a candle.
So that's a candle?
This is a candle.
Looks like something to eat.
This is the same vendor that makes tea.
Hold it right up for the camera there. Let's see. We got
It's decorative on the inside with
Okay,
some
so
leaves
there
and
looks
flowers. Oh, there you go.
there we go. There's looks like 4 wicks.
Yep.
4 wicks. Okay. And what's that scent?
Smells.
Vanilla?
Oh, it smells. No, it smells. It doesn't say. Oh, it does on here.
Okay.
Meadow.
Meadow. Okay.
It's very floral.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna take a
You
little
can
whip.
smell and get the.
Oh yeah, that's very fresh smelling.
Yes,
That's nice.
yeah.
And this is made by. Nolan?
This is from Good Intentions,
Okay. Where are they out of?
Jamestown. I
Jamestown
think.
area.
I
Okay.
think,
Chautauqua County.
Yeah, our store manager Andy deals with all of the vendors on a daily basis, so I usually just get the paperwork.
So if somebody watching right now wants to put their product line in your store, are you open to other locals?
Yes, we have an application right on the resource on our website, and there's a CHQ Plus, or you can go to chqplus.com also, and it'll take you to the site, and there's an application to apply, and you upload some of the pictures of your products, and there's our logo. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do we have pictures of the store?
Yes.
All right,
Yep,
so
there's
let's just
pictures
run
of the
them,
store and
Jeff.
people doing some training.
Okay, great. So let's do it. All right. So go ahead and talk it right
So
over.
this is our vendor Ashley. She makes earrings. I historically have always worn the same earrings until the store opened, and now I have about 15 pairs of earrings from Ashley to go with every outfit that I have. But these Buffalo Bills ones were a pretty big seller during the football season.
Okay.
What else do we got?
Oh.
These custom
I
cutting
like
boards,
that.
that Chautauqua Lake cutting board, we sell a lot of those, and the Buffalo Bills ones as well.
You know, I can see Chautauqua sunrise on
There
the
you
board.
go. I'm sure they could do that. I'm sure they could.
Okay.
This is some White Cane Coffee Company, and this was a display with a variety of different vendors on there. But so you see there's packages down on the bottom that have a lot of different flavors, and then some of the boxes. So what I brought here today was a bag, but then there's boxes that have either K-cups or prepackaged for like a full pot of coffee bags that you just dump in.
Wow. Okay.
Honey, that's our honey display.
What's along the top there?
Those are beeswax candles.
Wow.
Yes.
Those are big.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, for those who are listening on the radio right now, we're looking at a display with jars of honey, and then there's looks like Christmas trees up top. There must be a beeswax.
This was just before the holidays.
That's
This
okay.
picture was taken. Yep.
But they're shaping things out of the beeswax. Very cool.
Yep.
And this is all local honey,
Yep.
local beeswax.
Yep. This is Lisa. She's one of the people that we support in Community Prevoke, showing some of the apparel from Nolan's Nest. Those were some Christmas sweatshirts that we had. They do everything from toddler shirts all the way up to adult shirts.
Now
there.
I see artwork on the wall. I see a little table. It looks like a stool. Does people make furniture?
Yeah. We have had different furniture vendors in there as well.
Okay.
Those items are all gone now. But we have quite the variety of products.
And again, where's this? This is on 3rd and Cherry?
Yep, 221 Cherry Street's the address, and we've got window displays that have window perfs on them.
Okay.
There's somebody else that's getting trained on the products. You see there's wreaths on the wall.
It's like a sled.
Yeah,
Wreaths,
that was
little
just
totes.
before the holidays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see some gnomes on the corner there.
Yeah.
Those are really popular.
Yep. Let's see, there's somebody training on folding the shirts. We have a shirt folder for them so they can lay
Could
it
they come
down.
to my house and do my drawer?
Well, you know, yesterday.
Justin's laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Guys do not fold things. They just throw it in the drawer.
Yeah,
Unless you're my-
yesterday I
unless you're my
picked up a
son.
shirt and I said, I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to fold this back up because there's no way I'm going to get it back the right way.
That's right. There
Yeah.
you go. Oh, wow.
That's,
Look at all that.
that's Nolan's Nest, and that piece of artwork on the back that says CHQ Plus was done by our day program, artists in our day program.
Lovely.
And then that art hanging on the back wall, a lot of those paintings have been sold and other ones replace it, but those are from Lynn as well.
Okay. Let's do a couple more because we have something else we want to talk about.
Yeah,
Oh,
there it
that's
is.
exactly what we want to talk about.
Perfect
Jeff,
segue.
Perfect timing. Project Search. What's that all about?
So Project Search is an international program that we had been wanting to bring to the Resource Center for almost 2 years now, and we finally got it up and running in October. We had to do some fundraising to raise the funds to be able to bring it together. But what it is a full immersion internship program. It was created in Cincinnati Children's Hospital for students with disabilities, and then there's an adult model as well, which is what we are operating, but a young adult model of students that just graduated. And they do a 9-month internship program at a local host business, which happens to be UPMC Chautauqua. And so the interns go there every day, 5 days a week, and they do some classroom activities, work on the skills that they're going to be practicing that day, and then they go out and separate throughout the hospital to different departments, and they do their internship with the host
So
business.
what kind of positions are they getting into?
There's a variety. We have some that are doing, so here our intern is working in the cafeteria where
All
the
right.
employees come and buy their meals,
All right.
learning how to work the registers. We have people that do deliver the trays to the rooms and
okay.
get all of the meals ready. Sometimes they're packaging the meals. The hospital also does Meals on Wheels, so they've been working in the Meals on Wheels kitchen as well. They've been doing some cleaning, disinfecting the equipment and the materials.
Okay.
There's a variety of different things that they do, and as they go into their third rotation, they're in their second rotation now, as they go into their third one, it's going to be finalizing to what the discovery has taught us so far, so really enhancing the skills that we know that they're excelling in doing more. So there's going to be some computer data input into, it could be like the meal planning and putting the menus in, or the meal plans into the computer system,
Okay.
Things like that. So they can work throughout different departments throughout the hospital. And what we have seen from this program is amazing growth in the interns that we have. They will be graduating at the end of June, and a new class will be starting in September.
How many folks are in this class?
Only 3 right now. Next year, I think we're going to have probably 8.
Right.
But our first year, we really just needed to get it started. So we started with 3 and working through the system with the hospital. And UPMC as a whole, there's a Project Search program in Erie, Pittsburgh, and different places. So this is them doing their classroom activities as they're learning their what they're going to be working on. I think this was their vision board that they were working on.
Okay.
One of the gentlemen received a special recognition from the hospital already for showing his dedication and hard work. They participated in an Employee Appreciation Day recently,
Nice.
and they were able to recognize all of the employees at the hospital. This was Employee Recognition Day. This is one of the senior leadership members at the hospital, Cecil Miller, spending time with the interns. And they really have embraced having the interns there and really starting to see what value they can add to their workforce. So we're hoping that they will all get some job offers at the end of the internship, whether it's at the hospital or someplace else.
Okay.
So they really can work on honing their skills, but we have seen amazing growth.
Okay,
throughout
before
them.
we're down to a minute. So these folks are getting paid how?
This is a training program, so they are not getting paid currently. If they get hired by the business at the end of the internship, so it's really like an unpaid internship. If they get hired, they will get paid by the hospital or whichever business.
Regular wages?
Absolutely. Nobody
Social
makes less than
Security,
minimum wage.
all that stuff?
No, yep.
Retirement?
Nobody makes less than minimum
Unbelievable.
wage anymore.
Unbelievable.
And with anybody that's supported at the Resource Center, the minimum they can make is minimum wage.
Excellent. Wow. You guys have come a long way since when I worked in the business.
Yes.
Okay, Terry, I'm going to give you 20 seconds here. What do you want folks to know or how to contact you, whatever?
I would just say if there's any questions about any of the programs, whether it's employment or community-based, they can reach out to me. My number is 661-1433. And if I'm not the right connection, I can at least put you with the right person.
Okay. So, sky's the limit. Just because somebody has an issue doesn't mean they can't do anything or just you're
Quite
going to
the
work with
contrary.
them. Okay. I am so thrilled to hear all this. So thanks for coming by. You got to come back again, okay?
Okay.
Let's just do an annual event here. Forget about Steve. Steve, no. But let's bring some folks, some of your employees or your interns next time, maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay. Folks, you've been watching Chautauqua Sunrise. I'm Doc Hamels. You've been listening to, and I've been talking with Terri Johnson from the TRC and all the good work they're doing there. We want to do a shout out there, all the folks that are watching from the TRC. Well done, guys, and keep up the good work. And we're going to do this all again next week right here on Access Chautauqua. Have a windy afternoon, and take care and have a good weekend. Bye now.